is because we're going to talk about how every time they have an issue.
Yeah, super chat.
Oh, thank you, TD, thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna talk about how every time we have an issue in America, it seems as if we're gonna make a new law, we're gonna pass a new bill, but most importantly, we're gonna raise your taxes.
Before you go, what do you pull his
Oh.
super chat up and see what he said? For the super chatter.
People are sheep who turn into wolves when you go against the system.
It's true. Got to.
So the reason I'm talking about taxes is because I want y'all to hear. One, we're gonna talk about Gavin Newsom, and I know people hate Gavin Newsom.
They hate him with a passion,
especially the new followers we got on Instagram. They hate Gavin Newsom with a passion, but rightfully so. Gavin Newsom is a piss poor governor. He do a lot of policies. Even that video I showed him sleeping was supposed to be like his campaign manager, best friend, wife. Like some things just show out in your character. If you're a piss poor person, you know. Here, you might be a piss poor person there. I think pretty much most people are going to do things pretty much all the same way and everything. Yeah. So it wasn't a shock. But Gavin Newsom had kept lying about this gas tax. And basically, this gas tax is supposed to force people to buy EVs. And most people are saying, hey, we don't have the grid because I think about 3 years ago, it was very hot in California, but the grid kept going out because so many people ran out about Teslas, and the grid does not even support that many cars being on the electric grid. So they kept having blackouts. It was like every other week they was having a blackout, and they kept telling them we don't have the grid to support this. And a lot of the stuff that runs the quote unquote grid or whatever, it's supported by fossil fuels. So you still need fossil fuels to actually support the grid for the time being. Even Elon Musk had talked about, hey, you can't just cut this shit off and say we just going straight electric because it's not feasible. We don't have the infrastructure. Everything ain't planned out. We don't have enough charger stations. It's just not feasible to just completely say you're just going to wipe this out. So the idea that 2030 mandate for EVs is crazy. We also want to talk about Kathy Hochul. That's the governor of New York. The reason we're talking about her is because she's going to put a video out and try to act like she's doing you guys a favor by taxing you, but not taxing you as much. So the first video we're going to play is this Gavin Newsom video. Let's play that one. If I can find it.
Going on here. Chef, back to you. The gas tax in California goes up tomorrow. It's July 1st. The governor of this state says, the quoting here, there is no 65-cent gas tax starting this week. The gas tax is increasing by 1.6 cents, which was approved by the legislature back in 2017 and California voters in 2018 before Governor Newsom took office. Governor Newsom writing this, third person Governor Newsom took office, Chef.
Oh, yeah, he wrote this himself. I mean, this is classic lies and manipulation by the nation's biggest narcissist. Most popular narcissist. If you want to know what to believe the opposite of whatever Newsom puts out as a press release. But this is manipulation, right? They're saying, no, it's not a tax. Okay, well, maybe the gas tax itself is in the single-digit cents, but it's the low-carbon fuel standard, okay? These new benchmarks that they put in place July 1st that could increase gas prices up to 65 cents. So they're saying, oh, that's a fee, so technically it's not a tax. The tax is only 1 or 2 pennies. Well, how about we push all that kind of vernacular aside and recognize that we have the highest gas rates of any state in the entire country, including Hawaii, which is an island in the middle of nowhere.
It is no different than calling a proposition the save our schools and neighborhoods thing, right? And you let everybody rob everybody else, and that's such a quaint thing. Katie, to you, July.
And that is the issue that we're having too now. Because politicians get to the point now, they start to use a lot of these words and semantics because they feel like people are getting smarter and waking up to their bullshit. So they try to write in these bills and stuff and try to use different words instead of text. Now they want to call it a fee. Or they'll have things where they're trying to scare you once again, like the Green New Deal. They're trying to turn everything green, electric, windmills, water power, shit like that. They have you thinking that you're trying to stop the carbon in the air. And when you look at the research, carbon emission and what we actually been seeing in society is really not rising that much for us to be in a panic in the way that we is. Now, the idea of global warming, let's be clear. The science is global warming is a thing, but global warming will affect more shit like railroads, roads, shit like that, where they have, and the reason I know this is because I pour concrete. And so concrete has to have a certain amount of air in it or not air in it. So what happens is when it gets cold, it contracts. When it gets hot, it expands. And it has to do within a certain radius. When the stuff heats up and it gets hotter than what it's supposed to be or what is the averages is, it'll warp the road. Bridges might collapse. You see a lot of these videos, the potholes and stuff like that, where cars are riding in America, fall into a pothole. A lot of that has to do with like global warming. You started seeing like them replacing train tracks because the steel in the train tracks started to curve and warp and stuff like that. So those are the issues that you'll have more so about global warming than it'll affect us as people, because it's so gradual that, people will technically adapt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said when they fear monger us to tell us, hey, we got to do this, not knowing that, hey, we finna try to pass this bill that's $1 trillion for the Green New Deal. Well, let me see who got their hands in this company here and this company there, who making solar panels.
Follow the money.
Yeah, follow the money. Like who Nancy Pelosi, how you invested in these Ford EVs before y'all even signed a bill up in Congress that y'all was going to mandate Ford EVs?
You charging us for power, gas, water, when a lot of parts of the world are using solar energy, which is free.
Right.
Shouldn't be paying no motherfucking power bill when you can get power, but it's money.
But did you see the thing about the solar panels?
They
said this is a government mandate. Solar panels cannot hold 100% of battery capacity. They can only hold up as either 70 or 30%. I think it's 70%. So like if you have a battery, it cannot, it's a government regulated that it cannot hold this full potential of battery.
What you mean it can't, or they don't want to allow it?
They won't allow it. It can't. Like let's say you got a battery.
Okay, they mandate and they say you just can't. Yeah, that's
it can only go. It only can charge to 70, but hey, this bitch can actually hold another 30% more.
Yeah, a lot of parts of the world are using. Africa is specifically are using solar energy to run. So it's crazy, man. Like I said, we just take it and don't question it and just keep working like a slave. You die, drop you in a box. Hey, bring the next one in. Bring the next one in. This is one big workshop. This is a factory. You can't leave the house without spending $20. You're gonna spend at minimum, and that's 10 in gas to get to where you're going and back. That's at minimum. You ain't saying if you stop and buy something to eat, take it up another 20.
Because you gotta think about this. If you leave and ain't going to work, you going to leave to spend some money.
Yeah.
And then even when you're going to work, like I think about it, I get and good thing I drive so far, but I get points. But if I was going in I get a gallon of water every day. That's $4 at the gas station. So even going to work, I'm getting stuff to prepare my day for work.
Yeah.
So you spending money every time, even to go to work, to have your day. And then think about, like, they would say it's more costly to be poor. And I never really understood that. It was talking about, like, what if you got to buy like a uniform and you already poor? What if you got to go buy slip resistant shoes if you just even finna get a job at McDonald's? They don't supply you with these things. What if you got to buy like a lot of trucking companies, they don't come with like CBs in the truck. So now you got to go and buy your CB to actually, to perform your job. I got to go spend $200 to work for you.
Yeah. That shit should be provided.
You know what I'm saying?
You pick me as a worthy candidate. Fuck, I'm finna go spend my own money that I don't have yet, which is why I need the job.
Then you tell me, oh, well, we have uniforms, but the uniforms, they're going to take $9 out your check for uniform. Bitch, what? But you tell me I got to have the uniform, but they're going to take $9 out my check for the uniform. And then you say, well, it's going to be an extra $2 if you want them to wash it and bring it back too.
That's crazy.
What?
It's crazy, man.
See how they get you even to hold a job. They charge you just to even hold the job here with you guys. It's crazy. So I'm gonna play this Kathy Hochul video real quick about the congestion tax. See how y'all feel about what she said.
So I made the decision to put the congestion pricing program on pause while we devise a different path forward. State law requires that congestion pricing simultaneously raise money for the MTA and drive down traffic congestion. These are important priorities. But I believe that no New Yorker should have to pay a penny more than absolutely necessary to achieve these goals. and $15 was too much. And I'm proud to announce we have found a path to fund the MTA, reduce congestion, and keep millions of dollars in the pockets of our commuters. Under this plan, the MTA will implement a congestion pricing plan with a reduced daytime toll of $9 beginning in January. You heard that correctly. It was $15 before, and now it is $9. That is a 40% reduction. This lower toll will save daily commuters nearly $1,500 annually. And that kind of money makes a big difference for our families.
You see how she tries to act like she did y'all such a big deal. Instead of $15, it's going to be $9 now. She did such a good job of lowering the congestion tax, and all congestion tax is for them saying that, hey, it's too many people down here in this certain area at this certain time. And if I'm not in this area, if I come to this area at another time, I won't get taxed, which is crazy to think. And I don't understand why y'all want so many people in y'all city that you charge me because y'all want to be a city of what? Tourism. A touristic city. So now you're charging me for it being a touristic city. The Big Apple, giving this grandiose, name for New York, putting it in the movies, telling everybody this New York is such a good place, but now you're charging me because y'all have an influx of people and congestion, and people can't move like they need to move through the city. So now you're punishing me for y'all wanting to invite more people here. This is crazy.
Insane, man.
And like I
take
said,
it.
This is how y'all never notice how they just speak so freely about our money.
Knowing we gonna do it.
they just speak so freely. Yeah, we're gonna raise a tax. So much so I want y'all to look at this video real quick. This is the new mayor of New York right here. Yeah, just lackadaisical, huh? They call it a rounding error. It's just about $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Bitch, I want to give you that my money. I don't care how much money I make.
And what are the taxes for? How am I gonna benefit it?
Right.
You gonna benefit. How am I gonna what is it? Am my education is the education system gonna get better? Are the roads gonna be better? Am I gonna have more access to medical, services, healthcare, etc.? No. Go ahead.
You're gonna tax me, and I literally ain't gonna be able to see any improvements.
It's no different than staying in an apartment when I'm getting my renewal lease. You taking my shit up again?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna take it up. You ain't coming in, hey, we're gonna move you over here while we upgrade your apartment, while we do this. You just take it up again, But somebody come in gonna pay hundreds of dollars less than me because they're a new tenant.
Ain't that crazy?
Crazy as hell. Same shit. Gonna pay hundreds of dollars less than me.
That shit crazy.
After I done been in here and shown loyalty, and
that's what I was about to say. If you're a good tenant, you should actually be paying the lease.
Yeah.
If I'm paying my money every time every month on time, it should be some type of reward though. But you punishing me because I stay in your apartment 3-4 years now. Every year you raising it $50 to $100.
Because they want you to get out. It ain't for long term. That's what it is.
But see, the thing is, if that's the case, if I stay, let's say I stay there and I'm 5 years and I'm paying $500 more, let's say $200 more than a new tenant, that don't make sense then.
Don't make sense at all. Because they looking at it as, well, he need to stay here. We gonna make him pay, or she need to stay, or they need this.
Oh, so they praying
on you. Yeah, you need this. So I know you're gonna pay the increase. If not, well, you just move.
Yeah. That makes sense because if you could move, you would move. That's fucked up. Like I said, all the stuff that we just
this is the epitome of capitalism. That's what that is. It's capitalism at its finest, dog.
That shit crazy. That shit is crazy, and it's scary to have that type of shit. They go, well, we just let this shit happen. We ain't burnt down the apartment complexes yet. We ain't slapped a nigga. We ain't shot a keg under nobody yet. Like none of these things are going on in America, and we still just gonna go to work. We still just gonna let the shit happen.
Let the job slowly kill you, kill your dreams.
You're gonna continue to commit suicide, and women gonna continue to depend on the government and all this type of stuff. Hell, but like I said, we starting to see a lot of government shit about to get cut off now. So we finna see how that's finna go. Finna see how that's finna go. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that is going on, and that's why I wanted the title "Americans Are Dumb." because the shit that we just allow, we don't rebel, we cry, bitch, and moan, but it's not to the level of what we need to see. It ain't no reason. And this is the thing, black people, especially us, and I just go back to the Jabari situation that we talked about earlier. We'll come together in death. We never come together in life.
Yeah. That
is so sad to see. We'll come together in death. We never come together in life. We never come together to say, hey, it was 10,000 of y'all out here marching for Jabari. How about we get 10,000 people to just give $1? Just we don't even need much. Just 10,000 y'all give $1, and we're gonna start our own grocery store. We're gonna start our own school. We just need y'all to give $1.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
How crazy it is, but y'all will come together when a white man shoot a nigga in the back or kill somebody, or y'all feel away, but y'all will never come together so y'all can have your own police force patrol your neighborhoods like the Jews do. Y'all won't have your own school systems and be on your own children and own curriculum like other communities do. Yeah, I just, like I said, we're gonna be back bitching and moaning, and school systems ain't this. I went to Birmingham City School. Shit, it was filling when I was in school, and parents are still sending their kids there.
Yep.
Do you notice? I think they did some of the cell phones, but about 2 years ago, you could get on Facebook and see numbered school fights in our school system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brawls. We ain't talking about no one girl here. We talking about lunchroom, a whole big brawl in school, multiple. And like I said, I ain't trying to like it wasn't no fights when I was in school, because we got to fight too. But we had learning. We had people that actually care. I think now we have a culture of people that just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It was a girl that went viral a few years ago. I think we may have talked about it, where she had a song about dropping out and all of that, how she had no faith, and she was very popular. You ain't seen her nowhere else. Yeah, she went viral, but it's crazy, man. I think we're gonna still see it. They're gonna keep doing the same 1, 2.
Yeah.
What we got next?
We're gonna talk about the bounty hunter.
Oh yeah, the bounty hunter. Oh yeah, this is the crazy one right here.
Oh, we gotta talk about this insurance fraud.